Hi everyone, it's Liam here from Rating the Races. So just two hurdlers this week that caught my eye, which isn't a surprise really, as the National Hunt season did come to an end. And the first one I want to talk about is Time Hill, who looked much more at home back over hurdles. This season they tried him over fences and it didn't really work, did it? Although he won a couple of races, he was disappointing at Newbury when beaten by McFabulous, and then very disappointing at the Cheltenham Festival. They dropped him back over hurdles and they dropped him back in trip on the final day of the season at Sandown. And I think both the drop to hurdles worked, but the drop in trip, it didn't suit him at all, did it? We said before the race, I thought it would be too quick for him, and I think it proved to be too quick for him. Especially the way the race was then run, it turned into a bit of a sprint. I mean, Call Me Lord, who finished 5th of 5, was only beaten 3 1/4 lengths by the winner. So what did they do with Time Hill? Well, he dropped another pound to a 155 from that. And I just wonder whether they might start the season next year in this race. The Betfair Exchange Stayers Handicap Hurdle. Yes, he would have to give a lot of weight away and he would be top weight. But if it came up soft, it would, first of all, it would bring his stamina into play, which I think he's got, plenty of. But he'd also be, he'd definitely be the best horse in the race, wouldn't he? I mean, he's a Stayers Hurdle winner at Aintree. He's won the long distance hurdle at Newbury. He has placed at Ascot in a long walk. He was second in a long walk at Ascot behind Champ. His form is really, really good. He won at Ballymore. He's a quality horse. He was also second to Flooring Porter as well, we must remember. I just think they might drop him back in class, or drop him down in class, try and win 71 grand, keep him over hurdles and go next season back for the Stayers Hurdle at the Cheltenham Festival and Aintree. But en route they might pick up a 72 grand race by running him against horses that really he should beat over 3 mile, even giving away the amount of weight that he might have to give away. The second horse I wanted to talk about was 50 Ball, who in hindsight maybe just doesn't like Kempton. He didn't run great again, pulling up after never getting involved. Now, he pulled up earlier this season in the Lanzarote when I thought he ran okay, but maybe he didn't, and he pulled up again, held up at the back and never got involved. If you can forgive him Kempton and say, well, Kempton doesn't suit him, his previous defeat at Ascot wasn't a bad run, and he doesn't want the soft ground, so he wants good ground, and he probably wants Ascot, or another course that he's run well at before is Newbury. So he's finished second in a Betfair Hurdle before off 131. He's dropped, what has he dropped himself? Let's just have a quick check. He's dropped another £2 to 126. He's finished second in a Betfair Hurdle off 131, so a £5 higher mark. I don't think he's quick enough for a Betfair Hurdle anymore. I think he wants 2.5 mile. And he wants a course that suits him. This race would suit him, wouldn't it? It's 2.5 mile at Newbury, which he likes, and he'd be right near the bottom of the handicap. But he would get in. I mean, looking at this race last year, the horses weren't right at the top of the handicap. They weren't all rated near the 150s. So off his 122 mark, he would get in. 122? Is he 122? Is that what I said? 126, sorry. He would get in. And it's at Newbury, and I think that's where we'll see 50 Ball next. And he's one that I know we've had him a few runs now, but I don't want to give up on him just yet. If he goes in at, you can back a horse, say, 5 times, and if they go in at 7 to 1, you've made a profit on that horse. And that's how I like to do it. I like to work on a horse-by-horse basis, rather than saying, oh, he's lost 3 times to me. He's lost 3 times. If you're single stakes on them, you've lost 3 points. And they only have to win at 3 to 1 to make your money back, which is nuts. And a 3 to 1 shot isn't that hard to find, really. So I'm still going to be going with 50 Ball, and hopefully next season he might turn up in this race at Newbury.